Hi there and welcome back to 355 Code. This is another video in our Intro to JavaScript series, and until now we've talked about arrays, and I want to introduce you to another kind of variable that is used very often in JavaScript, and that is something called an object. So let's compare for a second between array, which we're familiar with, which is marked by these square brackets, and the items inside are separated by a comma. And this object, which uses these curly brackets, and you can see that inside we have also seemingly items, right, that are separated by a comma, but each one of these items actually has two parts, and that's a key and a value. Okay, so let me just write that out here. So object, okay, we have curly braces, and then we have lists of key, value, okay, key, value, okay, and you can just think of it as like a title and what goes under that title, the information. And this is a very great way for storing complex information. So arrays are a little more simple. We can nest arrays in arrays, so I can put an array within an array. But as you can see here, if I want to give it a title and I want to access this array, let's say not only by index, but by a certain key, here it's called fruit, then we should use an object. And you can also put objects within objects, just like you can put arrays within arrays. So to learn a little bit more about objects, let's start by declaring an object variable. So let's say let shopping list equal this object. And you can see this shopping list has information for what date we are supposed to do the shopping on, what we're supposed to get in, at least in the fruit category, and if it's been done or not, which I used a Boolean here. And it's at false. Okay, so let's say we go shopping and I want to check which fruit I need to get from the shopping list. So what we can do is we can console.log, and we're checking within the object shopping list, and the key that I want to check is fruit. So what we need to do is add a dot here, and you can see here we already have all the options for the keys that we can choose. And let's say I choose fruit, and let's run our code, and you can see I get here the value that's in fruit. Okay, so let's take a look at one more thing about objects before we finish for today, and that is how to change something within the object. Okay, so now we got information, right? I console logged and I checked what fruit is equal to. Let's say I want to change something. So let's say I say here, shopping list dot done, and basically I'm accessing the this part of the object, and I say equals true. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add two console.logs. Okay, one right before, and this is going to check shopping list dot done before we change it, and this here is going to check shopping list dot done right after we change it. Okay, and let's run our code, and you can see that here it was false at this point. Then after I changed it to true, it logged as true. Okay, and this is really useful for if you imagine we had an array full of these different shopping lists, one for each date, and then after you completed the shopping list, then it would be marked as done. Then this is a really useful way of keeping track of information, and it's used very much in JavaScript, so it's very important to understand this point. If you like this intro video and you want to see more like it, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And feel free to comment below if you have any questions or if you have any topics that you would like us to cover in our future videos. And we hope to see you next time.